Good evening, lovely tubers. My name is the White Mexican, and welcome to Market Watch Investments. I have a plethora of cards that I'll be showcasing for you guys tonight, and I do hope that you will enjoy. So getting things kickstarted tonight is going to be Duelist League promos. Interesting enough, there is actually super rare holofoils, which I wasn't aware of. And surprisingly, they're not worth anywhere near the rares, which is kind of interesting. So if we switch over to the supers, we got a couple here. Probably the only one that's really significant to me personally would be the super rare Thousand Eyes Restrict. Everything else is kind of a little wonky, but that's just me personally. Obviously, for some reason, this Breath of Light is pretty expensive, probably for like more near mint copies. But anyway, not too expensive for the holofoils. But if we switch over to the rares, there's some pretty ridiculously priced rares here. And this was a set that had different colored like ones, so like green and purple and blue and red and all those craziness. Dark Magician Girls, to no surprise, is probably the most popularized, at least in price point here. We got some DMs, some Blue Eyes, cool Zombie World. That's I think this is the purple and red. Interesting. So if we're just going through here, looking from high to low here, they got some Summon Limits, Jinzo, Secret Village, Grapha. That's really cool for all your Dark World lovers out there. So if you guys have any of these, I would check and maybe potentially sell them, and if you can find a buyer, you got yourself some good value. Okay, next is going to be Galaxy Cyclones. So I don't know if this is an uptick in popularity or people considering this card. I've always personally appreciated this card. I think it's a really fantastic card. These are the original prints as secret rares dawning from Cross Souls, which is a really great set, great history merit. It was actually one of the last sets, I think the last core TCG set that had secrets, ultimates, and ghosts all in one core set before Konami decided to give us the shaft and completely change everything around. But okay, so starting with market price, near mint first edition, lightly played near mints. Well, lightly played copies, there's a 2-stack here for about 5 bones, and if you want near mint copies, it's going to go up to about Phantom under 8 bones. Let's check bulk prices. And those are going to go quickly to 12 plus 5 bone shipping. It's pretty insane. I believe there's a mirrored Megaton secret rare. So out of all the variants, again, so there's 2 secrets and a super and some gold. So let's see what's this, if the price difference is significant with the mirrored reprint. It's about 3 bones. So I mean, really, there's no shame in getting this. Again, it's the exact same thing. It just says Mega Pack 16 right here instead of Cross Souls. Both really great cards. This is all for playability purposes. This isn't a collector's cards by any means. So spending 3 bones and getting a mirrored secret rare reprint, as long as it's first edition, you'll be squared away. But bulk prices go up to about 5. So completely up to you guys on that. Next is going to be Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack. For the longest time, this was my favorite rank 8 and still holds true in my heart. I really like this a lot. This is like one of the most powerful level 7s ever to me personally, and there's just a lot of great history merit on this, and no one really talks about this card anymore, and it's still a really cool card, and the right format, right meta, it can do some pretty heavy damage. So starting market price, again, this is going to be the original Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy secret rares, not the Megaton secret rares mirrored reprints, but we'll get into those shortly. Well, they played first edition about 21 bones here. Near mint's going to be around 22. 3 pages availability, and if we switch over to bulk stacks, near mints are going to go up to about 29 bones for first edition near mint. Of course, there is the mirrored Megaton 14, which is actually the first Megaton, like Gen 1 Megaton, where they kind of crammed everything together. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at some first edition copies, and these are insanely affordable. Pretty much 4 bones all across the board for first edition lightly played secret mirrored reprints, and about 4-ish, 5 for the near mint. So we'll check bulk prices. Increases significantly for bulk prices. It's about 7 plus for this fat stack of 11 from near mint first edition. Next is going to be Instant Fusion. So this comboed with Thousand Eyes Restrict is still pretty strong. I actually forgot that this card is limited to 1. For some reason, White Mexican's getting old. I thought this was banned, forbidden, but it is at 1, so very much playable in the game state. This is the DT variant as a common. This is my personal favorite. I know there's an ultimate rare and a couple other variants, but this is my personal favorite, so I'm just going to highlight this really quick. Lightly played variants are going to be about 8 bones, and if you want near mint, they're going to go to about 10. There's 4 pages of availability, and if we switch over to bulk prices, it's pretty much 10 all across the board. Other versions, of course, there is the Ultimate Rares OTS Turn Pack 4. And if you're going to get this, I mean, again, like, you wouldn't catch me dead playing this Ultimate Rare. If I have an Ultimate Rare Instant Fusion, it's for collectability purposes, going into 2 sleeves, getting popped in a top loader, and it's going in my closet. Very, very nice, aesthetically pleasing here. So if you're going to go for a highest rarity of Ultimate, you want to go near mint because it's going to be for collectability purposes at that point. Some people play high rarity too. I do too for certain things, but something like this is definitely more of a collector's aspect at this rarity for me. Looks like there is near mints are going to clock in around 165-ish, give or take here. And there's actually a stack right here, one single playset here for a Phantom under 200 bones from Overdose Gaming. So completely up to you guys on that. If you're not going to go for DT or Ultimates, there is 2 ultra rare variants. There's an Astral Pack Super Rare, which is actually really cool. You might want to check that out for a couple bones. And then there is a Fusion Enforcers Super Rare as well. And then of course we have Thousand Eyes Restrict. This is the Master Collection Volume 1 Secret Rares, the only Secret Rare Hollow Foils that we have currently in the TCG. Secret Rare is one of my all-time favorite rarities. This is one of my all-time favorite fusions, so mesh them together and you got Secret Rare Thousand Eyes. Pretty good stuff. We're going to go ahead and take a look here. Lightly played are about 6 bones. If you want a near mint copy, it's going to be about 12 plus this 5 bone shipping. Interesting when they do that. And then about 17 plus everywhere else on the market. It doesn't look like there is stacks for near mints. Does look like there may be stacks for, there is not stacks for lightly played either. So no stacks of availability, at least. I don't know why it doesn't say 3 or more, but this says 4 or more apparently, so changing the formatting. Looking at other variants, there is Retro Pack Ultra Rare, which is pretty cool, high collector's value. Dark Beginning Ultra Rare, also really cool, Gen 1. Of course, we have the Pharaoh Servants Generation 1 Era Legacy Pack first editions, which are going to be pretty great. Again, the Duelist League Promo Super Rares, which are pretty affordable. But again, for the price, I think the Secret Rares for the price are the best aesthetically pleasing as secrets. But out of the 3 Ultra variants, definitely Pharaoh Servant Original First Edition is going to be for collectability purposes. Of course, I have 1 copy of this myself, and I'm pretty happy about it. The starting market price for first edition near mint is going to be about 130 plus, and then quickly rises after that. Only a handful here on the market. No bulk prices. If we incorporate lightly played, decreases significantly to about 45, and then 53, and then kind of trickles up after that. And does look like there is maybe perhaps, okay, there's not stacks. I don't know why it gives you the option when there's not stacks, but alright. Thousand Eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Next is going to be Breakthrough Skill. This is the highest rarity as an ultimate rare, dawning out of Cosmo Blazer. This has really cool artwork. Back in the day, this used to be a really strong card. I think its power crept out. It's not too great anymore. It is recyclable, which is pretty unique, pretty awesome. This card just looks great. It has this real deep hollow foiling, ultimate hollow foiling, which looks really great. And I believe this is Dulka, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm just like a crazy old fool, but I believe this is Dulka, or supposed to be Dulka, which, you know, big fan of Dino Rabbit era of Yu-Gi-Oh! So awesome stuff. Lightly played, first editions are going to be around 33 bones, and then if you want near mint, they're going to be about 36. If we switch over to bulk prices, there's 1 stack of 4 for 54. Now, I think this is a great sell target. Again, I don't think this card warrants this price point. It is a really great looking card, and, you know, it was a really good card. It's still like an okay card, but there's, I mean, with stuff like Impermanence and you know, Valor, we still had Valor back at this set too. But there's just a lot of other alternatives that maybe are a little bit more blendable. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to do something a little sacrilegious. I'm going to go ahead and see what the unlimited variants are going for, just for sell purposes. If you guys have, definitely, if you guys have unlimited, these definitely sell all day. So those are going to go in for about 16 plus. So I think it's a pretty great sell target if you guys aren't bound to it by a certain special way. Next is me Destiny Draw. So there's just something about this card. I really like the artwork, and again, I've never built heroes. I'm not a big hero Destiny fan or anything. There's certain hero cards, more specifically a few fusions that I really like. Like I love Absolute Zero, I love Master Hero Acid, I love Dark Law. The new Phoenix Enforcer obviously is pretty badass too. So some really great powerhouse cards, and you know they're always gonna have some really great support, and just definitely a pretty massive fanboy following. So there's 2 secret rare variants of this. I'm showcasing this one specifically because Legendary Collection 2 is older than Raw Yellow Mega Pack. So this is kind of what you guys get for this video. Lightly played first editions. There's a 2-stack here for roughly around 3 bones, give or take, after you factor in the shipping and all that. And if you want near mints, it's interesting, like all these lightly playeds are like 3-ish bones, and then as soon as you hit near mints, like instantly 12. So significant uptick from lightly played first editions to near mint first editions. And then when you switch over to bulk prices, that's when this card gets really interesting, because it starts out at 12 and jumps all the way up to 20 bones for bulk prices for first edition copies. So awesome. Again, there is that mirrored secret rare out of Raw Yellow Mega Pack, which is right here, which probably I'm assuming is going to be right on board with the price of the other mirrored secret rare. There's a DT3 common, which is really awesome. There's also the Duelist Pack 5, which I believe is the original print. I wasn't playing when this set came out, so this was like before my time. So I don't know, it's completely up to you guys on it, but I think it's all around great draw card, and you know, better may have a shinier light later on in the game. Okay, next is going to be number 11, Big Eye. This is the original prints as secret rares, Galactic Overlord, really great set. And this is basically a permanent change of heart, 2 level 7s, you know, just all around really great stuff. Okay, and generic too, 2 level 7 generic, which is pretty awesome. So first edition copies are going to be around 20-ish, yeah, to around 20 bones, give or take, for lightly played near mint first editions, you know, across the board. These are all onesie twosie stacks. It does look like there's maybe 1 stack available. There is 1 stack. Bulk prices available for 25 bones for near mint first editions. This is really the only variant I like. Forgot that there was an Astral Pack 6 Ultimate Rare. That's pretty cool. Really not a fan of these reprint Ultras by any means, or this concoction of a cardboard right here. But really quick, just out of curiosity, I do prefer the first edition Secrets original prints myself, but the Ultimate Rares are really nice too. Starting market price for these, if these are English, that's going to be roughly around 70-ish, give or take, and it goes to about 75. And then if you want a lightly played, it doesn't really matter. It's pretty much the same. So interesting. Okay, next is going to be Mistake. So I am a huge anti-meta fan. I love anti-meta. It just makes me smile inside. And this is an amazing card. Obviously, a lot of decks, engine runs off searching and digging through a deck and a whole bunch of stuff. This is a continuous floodgate trap card. Really great artwork. It's got giant orc, I believe, and the little puffy Sandgate over here. Course high rarity, secret rare, and this is the original print out of Shadow Specters. There is a mirrored secret rare print out of one of the mega packs. But all around, just great side card. Sometimes I even main it. I'm currently playing zombies right now, and sometimes I main 2 of these, but the majority of the times it's pretty much a 2-set in my side deck. Fantastic card. Lightly played first edition copies are going to be around 5 bones for factor and shipping for lightly played near mints across the board. There is a stack of 3 here for about a Phantom under 8. And let's go ahead and take a look at, so there's only 2 stacks there for bulk prices for the original prints for first editions. Now again, there is a mirrored secret rare, which there's no shame in that. This is still very much a secret rare, and these should be significantly more affordable. Let's go ahead and take a look at bulk prices. So unfortunately not. At least for bulk prices, 10 bones. That's kind of rough. What about non-bulk prices? So for non-bulk prices, it's insanely affordable. Like pretty much 2 bones all across the board, but they're all onesie, 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 twosie stacks. It's very interesting that when you go to bulk prices, it jumps to 10. So awesome stuff. All right. Next is going to be the zombie vampire. So again, it may just be my strange fascination with zombies, always kind of looking for the next play, but this is a solo print secret rare, really new card out of Battles of Chaos. Really cool artwork. And you know, the thing I thought about this, kind of a long shot, but you can use Change of Heart. You can snatch and steal one of your opponent's monsters, and you can basically make it a level 8, and then you can XYZ into this card and keep their card, and then also have a 3k beater XYZ rank 8, and then obviously the majority of the combos are based off of this. Obviously, the burning the cards from the deck to the graveyard is really cool, and then you can potentially cop a monster, which is pretty nice too. It is generic as well, just 2 level 8, which is awesome. And you guys know, maybe even in the new Dark World support, when that deck gets big again, I'm personally considering about taking one of these in my zombie build myself personally. Starting market price for this for near mint first edition is going to be 12 bones, and there's plenty of stacks. There's a stack here, 6, stack of 29, 12 bones first edition for days. Okay. Moving on is going to be Destiny Hero Plasma. So at first, I like this card for the collector's aspect, being that it's a 2007 Collector's Tin Secret Rare promo, insanely ancient, really great artwork, and just a complete busted effect. This is basically a Dark Ruler No More on legs, and it's just, you know, it's a baddie. It's a total baddie. What can I say? Hero players, my hat's off to you on this one. This is just another one of your guys' infamous blockbusters, and we're gonna go ahead, and it's a level 8 too. This card just keeps on plussing. It's a level 8, so you can even go into potential rank 8 plays. Anyway, okay, so we got some OCG stuff here, and then the first lightly played is surprisingly relatively affordable. It's about 7 bones plus. Let's just do specifically near. Well, let's do bulk prices. See where that's at. So bulk prices for English is 50 bones for a single playset. Incredible. That is really, really incredible. Just out of curiosity, let me see what near mint onesie twosies are. It's interesting. They're all OCG here. Here's an Italiano European one if you guys are into something like that. 24 bones for the first onesie stack of English near mint. Awesome. Okay. Of course, there's a couple other variants. This is by far the best because you not only have collectability purposes, it just looks gorgeous, and it's just an amazing card that just wreaks havoc. Correction on your opponent. And really, again, there's 2 super rares. I guess probably Legendary Collection 2 super rare, because that's going to be older than Destiny Soldiers, but you know, completely up to you guys. Oh, by the way, the alternative artwork is utterly disgusting. Like, you guys, if you guys have this card, you just need to like feed it to your cat for a snack, because it just looks like total bar for booger. Okay. Next is going to be Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. This has 3 really great prints, and again, back in the day, we used to get all of these prints in one core set, which was really awesome. This is going to be for collectability purposes if you're going all the way out to the highest rarity of the Ghost Rare. So we're going to be looking at first edition near mints. There's an Italiano European one here for 100 bones. First edition near mint Englishes are going to be 140 bones starting market price here. There is no stacks, and there's only 1 page of availability for this variant. Moving down the line, we have the ultimate rares again from Clash of Rebellions. Yes, Rebellions, plural with an S. Okay. There's some Italiano ones again. Italiano is like taking over TCG Player. Like, they have a bunch of OCG and Italiano stuff, and I'm not really sure why, but I'm kind of freaking out. Okay, 30 bones for lightly played first edition. And if you want near mints, those are gonna go for about 45 here. So here's a non-Italiano European, a nice Deutsch for you. Pretty cool, Deutsch German. Okay, so let's take a look if there is any bulk prices. It doesn't look like there's any option for bulk prices for these for this variant. Okay, next is gonna be something that I personally like a lot. And now, granted, the Ultimate and the Ghost look great. I personally either have or had a near mint first edition Ultimate. I don't know if I traded or not, but these secrets are not to be discredited. They are gorgeous, and they're still very much high rarity as secret rare, and they are. This is just an all around just awesome card. And it's generic as well. It doesn't have to be red eyes, of course. Really good burn damage on this as well. Okay, so lightly played first edition is about 12 bones. And then near mints are going to be about 16. 2 pages availability. Let's see the bulk prices. And they're actually both Italiano. So if you guys want Italiano ones, those actually look really clean. It almost looks like rainbow rare. It's like really, really colorful. Like this picture, like this is like a Skittles commercial. Like this is like Taste the Rainbow status of color. Okay, Shared Ride is going to be next. And this card is it's kind of like, it flexes a lot. It kind of goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Every time it's used like a side deck or a big game, it goes up, and it's kind of just like the life of the market that is our game of Yu-Gi-Oh! This is the original secret rare variant as from secret rare from Legacy of the Valiant. Really a blowout artwork, really deep secret hollow foils, amazing artwork. We got like the tour guide bus here, and we got one of the delinquent duo demons, and we have Graceful Charity, and we have Sangan just bawling his eyes out here, and it's just really great stuff. Okay, and it also has the versatility of being a quick play, which is awesome. Near mint, lightly played first edition copies are going to be around 10 plus, and then if you want near mint copies, they're going to be about Phantom Martyr 14. These are all onesie stacks. There's 3 pages of availability. If we switch over to bulk prices, it's about 10 plus for lightly played and about 16 for near mint first edition, and a couple of options there. Now, keep in mind, there also is a mirrored secret rare from the Megatins. Now, again, there's no discredit, and we're about to check out the price differentiation here. And if it's significant enough, I honestly recommend just go for the Megatin reprint. It's still very much, as long as you get first edition, it's still very much secret rare, and it's still almost just as old as the original prints. And this isn't a collector's card. This is a card that you're going to play with. It's going to get lightly played, and like, you know, it's really not that big of a deal. But I digress. That's just some white Mexican theory for you guys. Okay, about 5 bones. Pretty much about 5 bones here. There is a fat stack of 5 here, near mint first edition for 5 bones. So that would probably be your best option. There's another stack of 3 here for lightly played 5. Really quick, we'll just see the availability. So plenty of availability for bulk prices. It does start to articulate more towards the bottom, but there's a lot of options for 5 bones. So you guys should probably tear this up sooner than later. Alright, next is going to be some Evil Twin action. I just wanted to take a look at some of the higher rarity stuff. So first is going to be the Lightning Overdrive Starlight rare variant of Frost. So I don't really know a lot about this deck. I've never built it. I know that some people in my locals have kind of like dabbled in it. This just has really cool artwork. It's just kind of one of those like silly anime girl artworks, and obviously it is Starlight rare, so this is pretty good money. Starting market price for this is going to be roughly around 200 plus, and goes up to about 250, then 260 plus, and then 300, and then 1,000 very bolsterously. These are all 1 stacks, and there's only 1 page, so there's just not a lot of these on the market, hence why it has a really fat price tag. Next is going to be Treat. Interesting. Like Trick or Treat, which is really awesome because I love October and Halloween and autumn. And anyway, this just had blowout artwork. Again, this is really great secret rare hollow foils, and just, you know, it's all about, you know, it's all about candy and Halloween, and how can you not love that? It's awesome. Okay, so near mints are going to be 200 bones pretty much, and it's pretty much 200 for quite some time here. And then it goes up to 225, then 250, and then pretty much 250. 2 pages of availability. These are all onesie. Oh, actually, this is actually my mistake. I go back. I made mistakes. Were made. This is a playset here for the Phantom Martyr 200 bones from the grind. Okay, awesome stuff. And there's a couple collector's rares. If you guys want to check those out, I'm not personally a fan of collector's rare. I'm a fan of like ultimate rare. I think ultimate rare just completely like washes compared to collector's rare, but there's these collector's rare if you guys want to take a look into them. Here's kind of like a preview of the prices, but that's pretty much all I want to say about that. Okay, Next is going to be JD, the one, the only Judgment Dragon. I'm a huge Advent lover of Lightsworn, and this is an insanely old card. Light Destruction and Phantom Darkness, one of my all-time favorite core sets of that era of Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's just an all-around amazing core, and it's very splashable. It's like Shadal's. You can kind of just bleed it into anything, and it's really, really fun. Okay, so if you're going to go for this variant, obviously there's an ultimate rare. I personally like the OG secret rares myself more. It's going to be for collectability purposes, and the starting market price for near mints is 300 bones starting market price. There happens to be a stack of 4 here, and that's pretty much it. You guys could go for lightly played. Again, I wouldn't if you're going first edition, if you're going secret. It's all about collectability purposes at that point. Of course, we're going to have to take a look at the Turbo Pack Ultimate Rares. Now, no discredit to these. They still are really, really nice as well. Near mint copies are going to dock in at, that is an OCG one, so, okay. 500 bones for near mint ultimate rare JD, and then continues to triculate value after that. Insane. There is a stack right here of 3 for 600. This is some really good money. Look at this giant climb here on trending. Okay, interesting. Now, for playability purposes, obviously these are the collectability ones, variants. But for playability purposes, I personally really do enjoy the Duelist Saga. Those are the ones that I run in my builds. So, food for thought. Okay, so skill drain. I love me some skill drain, and I was super excited when OTS 19 was announced because we got ultimate rare skill drain just in time for it coming back to 3, which is really, really awesome. Now, I will admit I'm a little slightly mediumly disappointed with the way it kind of came out. Let's go ahead and take a look at it really quick. So this is what it looks like. It almost kind of looks like a borderline makeshift ultra, but then when you look at the corners, more specifically like the ember, like bronze gold, you can really see like that deep like ultra rare foiling where it almost looks like a fingerprint, if you guys can see in the corners, which is really, really cool. It's kind of like gives me reassurance. This is kind of like offset. You can see the trap symbol, and the continuous trap symbol is offset, shifted to the right. It's kind of interesting. Anyway, so you can very much tell that it's an ultimate rare, but I've had buddies that have pulled this, and they have said that it's just really cheap cardstock, and it comes off just really like kind of like faded and like flimsy, and I don't know, a whole bunch of like really nightmarish things. But I'm still a fan. I still think personally it's going to be and will remain my favorite variant of skill drain. So it started out when it first dropped, it was like around like 106, 105 bones, and now it has trickled all the way down to 68. And I'm only looking at stacks because I want to buy this in bulk, and this is the new market price for this card. So I'm trending this very, very closely, and I'm not really sure. I don't have like a magic number what I'm going to pick this up at. Maybe 50, but I feel like 50 is a very ambitious price point. I don't know if it'll quite go that far of a stretch, but time will tell. Next is going to be Tour Bus from the Underworld. So gotta have a special selection from the Babes collection. This is the original secret rare variant out of a very infamous set, Order of Chaos, which donned us Insectors, one of my favorite 2011 era. So, you know, like wind-ups and Insectors and all that good stuff. Really fantastic formatting in the game. Okay, so this is all for collectability purposes. This card is a terrible card. It's not really seen play like ever unless some crazy combo comes out. I don't really know what's going on with these letters. This is kind of tripping me out. Anyway, okay, so near mint first edition copies are 8 bones. And there is a playset right here for 8 for near mint first edition. I think that is the only playset for near mint first edition. There's another stack here for 12. That's pretty much gone for stacks. This really is the only variant. There's a couple other variants, but again, this is all for collectability purposes. Have to go near mint, have to go original secret, and more specifically probably near mint. Okay, next is going to be Mistaken Arrest. This is the original secret rare dawning out of Clash of Rebellions. Again, very similar to Shared Ride. You know, it's got the whole like tour bus era looking thing. And we got Sangan, Still Crying. And we have the Delinquent Duel, Purple Demon, and Change of Heart, and all this stuff. Okay, Also quick play, so really great diversity on that, and basically just a one turn mistake. Just one turn mistake. So if you want to just lock down your opponent and then have it live to search on your turn, completely up to you guys. So lightly played first editions are going to be 13 bones. There's some Italiano ones. Again, it looks like a Skittles candy commercial. And then we have our first near mints at 14. And 4 pages availability. We'll switch over to bulk prices. English first bulk price near mint is going to be 16, and then goes to 20, and then it trickles up after that. Okay, so I don't know what other variants. So unfortunately, there was not a Mega Pack Secret Rare mirrored reprint, which is really unfortunate because the only other ones that we got are pretty hot garbage. So kind of out of luck on that one. Spell Canceller is next. So I wanted to talk about this card because anything that's like a standalone and completely takes like a major component of the game and completely just turns it off, just the same like Jinzo and Royal Decree that just completely stop trap cards. This is something to be considered. This is the original print from very old Legacy Generation 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Magician's Force. Fantastic set. Let's go ahead and take a look at some price points. So I'm looking at first editions exclusively, and starting market price for lightly played is going to be about 10 bones. And then if you want a near mint, it's going to be apparently about 11-ish, 12, and then 15. Doesn't look like there's stacks, at least for those. So let's see if there's stacks for both. Maybe there is. There is not. So out of luck for bulk prices on the first edition copies near lightly played. There are some other really killer rarities though, like the Dark Revs Volume 1 Ultra Rares. Those are almost as spicy as the first edition originals. And then there also is the Secret Rares from Speed Duel. So kind of a little bit more of versatility to choose from on that. Next is going to be Cyber Dragon Infinity. So Cyber Dragon players, here's your time to shine. This is an amazing card. I still today shaking my boots to this card. Yes, this card is a very devastating card. Very powerful, amazing artwork. Not a fan of the alternative artwork like most alternative arts. Very much a secret rare. Very much a very infamous set. Bosch was, I believe this was the set that gave us, I know it gave us Twin Twister. Was this also the set that gave us Strike? Original Strike? It was. This was a blowout set. We got Rafflesia, Infinity, Strike. We got some Atlantean stuff, alternative Mirror Forces, Cosmo stuff, original Twin Twister again. Really blowout stuff. Anyway, so if you guys have time, you should check out that. Some really great powerhouse cards. Anyway, back to Cyber Dragons. We have near mint first edition is for 17. There's a 2-stack here. And this 2 pages availability. We'll switch over to bulk prices. Surprisingly enough, there's only one single stack here of 10 for 17, plus this fat shipping of 5. There is a mirrored secret rare from Megaton 16, which seems to be significantly more affordable. But again, when these run out, this is very much next in line. It's still mirrored secret rarity, mirrored same rarity. That's pretty much it. Not really a fan of any of these other ones. So this alternative artwork looks like hot caca to me. I'm really just not a fan of it. These OG secrets are where it's at personally. E-Tele is going to be next. So the Duelist Genesis, infamous 5D set, this and Crossroads of Chaos. You know, really great stuff. You guys can probably tell why for some infamous synchro monsters. Maybe a level 7, maybe a level 8. Okay, so this is a good card, and it was hit for a long time, and I don't remember if this is at 1 or 2 or 3, but it's at least at 1. I can't remember. So highest rarity as the Ultimate Rares, original prints, first editions. There's some Spanish ones here if you guys are interested in that. A Deutsch German, a French. Man, this is like the whole European lineup here. And then so English is going to be 209 bones for lightly played, first edition. And if you want near mint, we'll just go ahead and take this off. English copies for near mint are going to be 200 and almost Phantom under 240 bones. There is a stack here, so let's switch this back on and let's see bulk prices across the board. One single bulk price, 250 bones for the stack of 3. Awesome. So of course there's alternative variants. If you're not getting the ultimate, which is, I totally understand, it's extremely old and extremely valuable, we have the secret rares Dawning Out of Legendary Collection 5Ds. Now these are really great as secret rare, and we're gonna go ahead and look at these. There's some OCG stuff, which I really wish that they would just clear these out, like just filter these out and actually have these filters work when you say you mark English. Show us English cards. We don't want to see OCG stuff. TCG player, if you're listening, please fix this filter system. Thank you. Alright, lightly played first editions are going to be 21 bones. Let's see here. Let's check bulk prices. So 23 bones, there's a stack of 5 for lightly played, which is fine because more than likely you guys are gonna play this because it's amazing and secret rare. And then there's a 7 here of near mints for 25, but then there's this fat shipping of 5 bones, which is kind of unfortunate. Alright, so ultimate rare, secret rare, what else is there? Now, everything else is kind of like hot dumpster fire, in my personal opinion, if you're not getting the ultimates. I mean, they're so expensive. I mean, why not? Get an unlimited ultimate rare for all I care. I would rather have a first edition secret than an unlimited ultimate rare. Again, if you're going ultimate rare, go all out, go first edition. But, because it's such a good card, and it's grown to such predominance, I would not mind actually having the original print ultra rares, only for first edition exclusively. I know I dog dump on ultra rare all the times, but this being a very infamous set of the Duelist Genesis, and this just being an all-around awesome card, and considering the alternatives, it's okay. It'll give us a slide pass on this one. Alright, lightly played first edition is going to be 14 bones, and then near mint is going to be about 16, 17. We'll check bulk prices. Lightly played 15, near mint 28. And that is going to be all that I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you've enjoyed this content, please share it with someone that you believe will also enjoy it. The world is a dark place and life is difficult. Be aware that you never know what others are enduring. Please remember to be a friend, be a brother, be a sister. Love and encourage those that surround you always. I hope you guys are making some fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I will see you in the next video.